So next days after a fast evaluation of the situations, I realized that they want to stay in my house, enclosed in the house. And why? First was to continue torture me with all of those of situations and horrible tortures. Second, if I'm gonna stay in the house, was more easy of them to prove that I lost my logic and I have disease in my mind and I'm staying always in my house. I don't want to see people. I don't want to have pleasure and enjoy life. Another reason was that for them was more easy to illuminate me. Another team was already understand what kind of person I am, that I have a lot of courage, I'm strong, and they started also playing with my courage. I mean, uh, we're gonna do to him this, and then he will go outside of the house. Outside of the house, we're gonna do this, and then we will force him to go inside the house. Uh, but most of them want it and want to stay outside of society or stay inside of society and lose my logic. Uh, other want to handling by them, I mean for job, for women's, for friends, for everything. But this situation is so dirty and it's so complex that sometimes I'm starting to talking in those video, and really I need hundreds, thousands of hours to tell you what is happening and open the full pages of the situations. So I didn't give up, even if I was lost it. I mean, only with myself, but I lost everything. Every day I was in the work, keep my ordinary time, I mean 8 o'clock in the morning, one and a half in the noon, then with walk in my house about 4 or 5 kilometers, and in the evening 5:30 p.m. again with walk more than 5 kilometers again to my job until 9 o'clock, but no one was there to support me. I mean, customers or friends, no one. Uh, Next days, when they made it, I mean, I lost my work and was not possible to eat nothing, and I mean nothing really. Um, I had a piece of bread many days for days, and I was eating that. with a little bit of oil, trying to stay alive. My water most of the times was baked in 100 degrees, because all the water in the city, I mean any kiosk, any place, was under the laboratory of criminals and was sealed with dangerous substances. If you use your logic, uh, you can think that is not possible, but it is also here in Germany. It's nothing cost, and but if you see the manipulation of people, I mean, in a city of 1,000, 200,000, or 240,000 people, that 190,000 people are manipulated to do what criminals say, they can do anything. And the water in the places that I'm approaching is nothing, as I described before. Nothing, cost is nothing. They telling to people in which place they can take water, food, or not, and what is for me and what is for them. I have proofs, I have many things. So many days I was bake the water in 100 degrees, no more than 500 mls, or and I was drinking little by little. They attacked me so fast to my organs that, as I described before, was not possible to make sex anymore. But together was a disaster of my belly, my chest, my ears, my eyes, everywhere. After a lot of research and clear thoughts, I was starting to understand why they manipulate and why they moving so many people in my way. Why many companies are participating in this and what are the profits. And let me explain you. For example, I was starting walk to go to my job. First days I start see that some people they carrying some handbags, plastic, paper bags, handbags from shops. But the days was summer, August to September, I think. The days was not something like Christmas or New Year or celebration, something special. Was not possible many people to carrying the same handbags. I started thinking why they doing this and what they want. First thing that I did was to understand if someone trying to help me or someone trying to destroy my life. Because all the people that was participating in this, they are not criminals. They are participate for a lot of different reasons. But every day I saw those people doing movements to me. You must look this handbag, you must look this handbag, you must follow me, you must doing this, and we talking about hundreds of people every day. So I made a decision. I start thinking that I lost my job, I don't have money. Maybe, I said maybe some people that participate in this, maybe they want to inform me that because of the situation it's not possible to talk with you direct, but informing you with handbags that we maybe you need a work. I made that thought, but listen this conversation and the explanation. So one day, for example, after a lot of days of I saw that people was coming through my view holding a handbag plastic of a very popular uh, toys store in my town. I made the thought that maybe that company is offering to me a work. Uh, so I went one day there and I said, "Hi, my name is this." Uh, I did mention something about the traffic of criminals in the streets and the cars, but I said, I have a good CV. Maybe you need someone here in your store, and we talk in an amazing big store, more than 5,000 square meters, the biggest of the Balkan, biggest company. And that woman, I think, made the question to another person and told me, no, unfortunately, we don't want someone here to work. We are full. Was a very serious lady. I said, thank you, and I left. So outside of that store, I make a thought, why those people, hundreds every day, moving through my eyes, and why they holding those handbags to me and force me to look every day them. And I mean force me without speaking to me, but was so many that also those days in different ways was not possible to change street, to stay away of them and do my ordinary things. I mean to go to my work even with my car. Um, Next days I found another company that was starting with hundreds of handbags of Adidas, most of them black and white. But people that they holding those sports bag was not like the others. It was with an behavior like are angry with me, and they hate me. Most of the people of them those days I didn't knew knew it anyone of those women's and men's. One day I make a decision, I make a thought. I never did, you know, I never said anything bad for those companies, never for anyone. Why they doing this to me? So one day I make a decision and I went to a central sports house, sports shop of Adidas. In there was some young people, women's and men's. I said, hi, I'm looking for a handbag. Those people was ordinary people, was kind, was available to speak with me and give me instructions of for what I want to buy. But I didn't have money. I was pretended I mean in a good way, to see why those people in the streets with Adidas handbags follow me, and what will be the behavior in the shops. In the shops was something different. I mean, everything was normal. Uh, I took a look. Also, I went there because I was starting to have the feeling that I'm doing something wrong, and was a mistake of me because I didn't did anything wrong until today to anyone. But the situation is like that they force the human being and they force the victim to feel what they want to give you to feel. I left from that sports house and everything was normal. Next days, starting the same situation with Nike sports handbags, but Nike was a different situation. Nike was here, heart, back, middle of the back. Nike was places that has to do with which place of my body criminals are attack and destroying. And I'm gonna explain exactly. So, those days they participate in the town more than 10, 14 different big companies, international companies and local companies in that game. And why? By holding the handbags and passing through my eyes, criminals informing the island, the eyes and ears, criminals land outside of Greece that has connections with cartels of narcotics and USA satellite criminals and a lot of hundreds of other connections of big fat boys and underworld and women's that we manipulate the town. Those people, they are not speak with electronics. They're using one of the safest data trafficking, illegal data trafficking land that ever built it before, and that's my eyes and ears. So by doing this in people holding handbags is meaning first of all that informing those animals that we manipulate the people. And how? It's not only the movements of the people, I mean moving left, right, front, fast, slow. Artificial intelligence of my eyes are collecting stamp of the pictures of the handbags, analyze the percent, and they give informations of how many people every day are under manipulation. If, for example, for a distance of 2,000 kilometers, 1 kilometer, 2,000 to 2 kilometer distance, pass through my eyes more than 400 people with handbags of those companies. They giving information of every day we manipulate the people, which companies are involving and how they playing the game, and what they did and doing. By this, from the first days, data are going to outside of the Greece and all over the world and Europe. They sell advertising of companies to outside of my place that I was living and I'm living. Other people with mobiles and shadow softwares, they looking what I'm doing in my life. They have pleasure because they're laughing off also with those stupids that participate. But in underground, they doing business, economy business and other business of companies that they participate. I mean, they made special agreements. If your company is participating in this situation, we can give you some new opportunities of cargoes, of sales, of profits all over the world. Most of the times they're using big companies like athletics that I mentioned before, and other small companies that they taking the risk to participate in this, and they exchange each other data, customers, money, profits, and a lot of underground business. Those elements I collected last months every day by make evaluations and calculations of how they work and what they're doing. We're talking about thousands of people. We're talking about thousands of handbags and situations. Next days, without reason, some people from underground, from Crete and Heraklion and Greece, was waiting night in my street, in my place. Was very tall and bodybuilders and wearing Adidas clothes, and many times I saw an amazing hate of them was ready to attack me if I'm gonna spell out any word like anything, was ready to collect each other in a few minutes and break me and destroy me, end me like a dog. Many days was not possible anymore to walk night in the street. I mean 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and my town is a very busy town, always has life until in the morning, 24 hours, and everything look normal. But for me it was not possible anymore because those kind of Adidas sports and bodybuilders and underground people go starting attacking my life. Situations of handbags was not stopping. I mean, I lost the ability immediately to communicate with anyone. I mean, to speak with anyone. I remember sometimes that you know, if you are a logic person and if you want to keep your life in those kinds of situations, you must try to do things, ordinary things that you did before. I mean, to speak to people, speak to a woman, flirt, go to buy some things, supermarkets, everything, like a normal people. Next days they forced me and they destroyed me so much and so hard that was normal to react. I mean, I wanted to participate with people, friends, family, a woman, a relationship, everything. But they did this. They took my life and also they had a contract to change me as a man. I mean to force me sleep with men's. That's why in Greece those days, those months and years destroyed my organs. And now, until today, I have amazing threats in restaurants, everything, and most of the times are true. But after years, I'm saying again that I found the ability to make sex in a normal way. I mean, without any pills or without any things like that, as a good health man. But those days they had the contract to change me 100%, force me with soul force, with threats, with supervision of me, with threats of thugs, of men's, and put words in my mind and change my thoughts. I mean, use your logic. If a person every day force you and tell you every day some things that you don't like, but they force you to listening, and then you leave you alone. After months, you start in thinking those kind of situations, and you must find the courage not participate in those situations. You know what I mean? It's possible to change you in many different ways, not only with soul force, but with your mind and everything. And that is a new kind of mafia methods that they connecting with also international criminals mafia. For many days, as manipulate people was starting approach me, some women's, young women's more than 19 years, 28, 33, 34 and more. Those women's after of those all of those kind of situations, horrible situations, was starting flirting me, looking at me with a way that I'm a nice person, I'm a man, I'm a mature man, I'm a great man, you know, it's the body language situations and things like that. From one side was the criminals that was destroying my reputation, my sexual ability, my name, everything. And from the other direction was that kind of women's, but was the same side. First days I didn't give any attention, was not because was with no meaning. I mean, no money, no strength, no courage, no house, no safety, no nothing, no life. And even was not possible to sleep or make sex with those women, but was nothing was my tension of that. So to have some proofs, I did some movements. I mean, I was starting looking why they doing that, those women's in the streets. First thing that I saw that those women's was not accidentally in my way, was there because animals and criminals said to those women's, wait there, do this to this man, and take this money, or we're gonna offer you job or anything else. But of the opposite side of the street was another team of people that was ready to see reactions. So first day I approached a woman that was looking at me. He was looking smiley, was looking like he need a man. I mean in a good way, not with a way like in a normal way, in a normal body communication, but was a direct message to me. Come on here, I want to speak you, I want to meet you. I did it. First days I went, I said hi, how are you? Can I speak to you? Good morning. Then this woman in a second changed the behavior of her to something else. She's starting talk with me with irony, move fast away from me, like feeling like a threat or something, and many times was laughing. In the opposite side of the street was another team of people that was manipulate of criminals, and they connect the reactions of the women's of what they doing and what they did by using the women's doing this. They give the strength to other criminals to attack more to my dignity and my sexual ability. And what I mean, women pretend that they want me, I approach them as a normal person, and then drop me out, spill out, but that gives the ability to criminals attack to my light also, by playing with my courage and those kind of situations. I lost any communication with women's. I mean, they're doing the same thing here with other situations. Was a situation disgusting of me. I mean, I'm always respect women's, any kind of women's, but not criminals and those that they don't respect themselves, and those kind of situations. No one that respect, no one man can respect. I think himself is not possible to respect those kind of women, but in that situation I think was the first one. But I'm talking only for me, I don't know for others. Just for some friends that I respect and respect each other. I don't care for others. So day by day, they use more than last month, more than 1,000 women. Of course, I didn't spoke to any women that participate in this because I realized the game was not possible anymore to speak also with women, and I lost my trust. I feel disgust of the situation, and I didn't had also the courage, and was already was ready to die, but I was looking and fighting every day for something, nothing. Uh, those situations was more and more people every day outside of my house, uh, of my door, of my work in the streets, in supermarket, in places for breakfast, everywhere was men's and thugs of them, of any kind, sick animals, really. I was starting feel disgusting and of them and situations. I did many things those days to have some the ability to move. I mean, to going to my work and doing things. Also, I asked for 4 6 months to give me some free tickets of the bus. Not because I was homeless, but because I saw that because of me, hundreds of people, thousands of them, they laundering millions of euro in that city, and a few tickets was nothing. But mafia was block everything, and that people they didn't give me some tickets, so with some euro that day by day was possible to have, I mean, for €5 every 4 days was not possible to go every day to my work, but when I was so exhausted, I was in the bus with a ticket. In there, always in the bus, and in the city we don't have trains, but we have buses and simple transportation. Um, 99% of the people every day was of them starting wearing big headsets and small headsets, holding mobiles. And first time that I was boarded in the bus, they did this with mobile. That is meaning we threat you with our network, illegal database, and we manipulate and destroying your life, where you going and what are you doing. I remember one day I saw a young woman, was about, I think, 28, 33 years old, was outside of the game, was with a normal behavior, I mean, was just there. I was start speak with her, hi, kind, and that lady was um, react in a normal way. In a few seconds, the seats of the bus was came near to me, some of them like crawl, like pigs that they smell dirty food, and was reacting like mad. I mean, was not possible to leave me to approach any normal person. Was acting like going from one side to the bus to another, fast, looking to me, holding mobiles, and doing a lot of other things with a non-normal behavior. I didn't lost my courage. I went outside of the bus with that young lady. We spoke for a few meters, but they approached me, those people, more and more. Was not possible to continue because situation was not the first time, and for protect anyone that was possible to be with me was not possible, and the best way was, and it is until today, to stay away. I mean, I say, I'm this person, I have this situation, this is happening, but you must take a decision if you can follow me or not. And believe me, no one can follow me, because 99%, 24 hours per day, all of them are under my life and those horrible situations. Those days, some people from Hollywood inform me, I cannot tell you names or movies or interviews, with some messages. Do what they want you to do. Another big cycle told me with red clothes, obey. Obey is meaning that you must do what those animals say to you, but there was nothing was told to me. Obey was you must stay in the corner and you will die. Was nothing to obey. Obey was artificial intelligence machine that has to do with complex situations, that they collect colors, data, uh, uh, electronic data, illegal databases, real situations with people. They made and a lot of other things. They made evaluations, and then they put you in a cycle that they think that you belong. Each cycle of them have different kind of tortures. If you exceed, if you success of the test, then you are red, you are white, you are blue, you are yellow, you are brown, and you are, but you are nothing. You are a dead man that is a machine, and you work like a machine and things like that. My words here are limited and it's not possible to explain you, but some key words some people that they are in this situation, they can understand a lot of things. And please excuse me, it's not possible to explain you now everything. So, Hollywood and some people starting inform me that you must sleep with any woman or as many as you can of what the cycles are offering to you. If you don't sleep with those women, they gonna destroying everything of you. It was a system because they took and they taking a lot of money of a big cycle of mafia to capture private moments and my sexual life with women's. I needed those days to take a decision. Would I participate or would I gonna die? And I'm gonna die proud. I mean, with my values as a man, straight and away with the underworld. I grow up with a lot of roots and a lot of values and never lost anything because of others. So I took fast a decision. I'm not participate in anything, and even if I lost everything, uh, I'm gonna die as a free man inside of me. Inside I was free, but outside nothing was free. And I'm fighting with the same situations until today. The worst thing those days was that I saw that connections are more and more, hundreds and hundreds every day. Shadow softwares, criminals, city, society, high level, VIP, everyone. Another worst thing that was by situations that they started mixing me, they forced me to have agreements with a lot of people. I mean, um, restaurant owners, supermarkets, ordinary people, because they forced me living under those horrible situations. And one day I must starting react. I mean, found courage and say, why are you doing this? Why you using this secret language and voice and optical language? Why you don't give me water, food? Why I'm coming to your supermarket and I'm eating, I'm trying to buy some meat. You give me meat with dangerous substances. You give me those things. Why you participate in this of horrible crimes? And when I saw that authorities low, no one was there, was not possible also to find courage of and found my rights of simple people. But I needed to continue live. Those days was two different kind of people. First team was monkeys and thugs. that they destroying men's. In the same way they destroying women's, but with different dangerous substances and situations. And it's not possible now to explain you because it's not happened to me or a friendly woman to me. Other things happened, but I know uh, after my research how they destroying women's and children's and many other people. It depends the age, the health, the cycle, the environment and many things. But I'm continue here for me. Uh, those days goes two separate teams and others, but now I'm talking about those. First team was offers of women's, and another team was people that because of I'm not was not sleeping with women's attack to my life and destroying me. I'm give you some facts and examples. 1 o'clock p.m. 1 o'clock in the morning. A few meters of my place. Most of the time it was offer of women's. First time of my life. Any kind of ages. Any kind of type. Thin. More fat. Blood. Any kind of women's. Next day offer of men's. Young people. Teenagers. Everything. One day I was in my house. Was 4 o'clock in the morning. First daylight, I mean, in the morning. And I was alone in my house and I said, I did this. Psst, 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 psst. That is meaning we're doing this to small cats or pussy cats. Like for pets, for cats. And I said something about a woman. I took my car to go to a kiosk for take something to drink and eat something because I was starving. After 100 meters, out there was waiting a woman for me, a beautiful woman. But I never choose anyone, any woman of them, not because I have something bad with those women, but situations is that it's not possible. It's my private life. I know what is happening. They destroyed my life, my privacy. They capture private moments. I know the truth. And even under those horrible situations, I'm not participate. And as I said before, I'm sorry, but truth is always truth. I'm doing love. I'm doing sex only in bordels. And if they pretend that now they making deal with me that they don't listen or they don't see, or they telling me those women's and those cycles, we will have closed the circuit. We are not spying you, and with the other women's, we're gonna spy you. They think I'm stupid, and they make deal each other. I mean, everywhere, in any place, in any family, everything. And things and facts, and happen, they happened and happening so many times that I feel disgust. Uh, Manipulation of situations and people are every day in so many people that I feel like I'm in the sea and dying. They drank me, with amazing and horrible situation. It's not possible to breathe. Uh, those days, they starting telling me that I'm not logic. Uh, After they saw that I'm clever and I'm starting uh, um, keep informations, my eyes was open, and then they starting threatening me with um, that I'm sick. I mean, I lost my mind. I'm not remember. Uh, Force me to do things that if you not keep yourself, it's possible to start drink alcohol, maybe drugs, maybe you want to kill yourself, maybe if you are not a strong character, start beat people and do things like that. But they think that because they succeed before with other people, and they don't knew it me well. I mean, even today they have informations, but sometimes they don't exchange data always with electronic equipment because they want to be in silence. They're using artificial intelligence and my ears and everything. They exchange data with people, and they are in the shadow and well cover of what they're doing. Um, Places also, my house was the whole neighborhood was red. I mean, uh, houses of other people starting talking with my private life was first time that was happening. Since then, uh, inform me what time they gonna hit me, how, who came in my house, what time, my parents, thieves, everything. My house was like an animal house, and was an ordinary house. I mean, modern, with my music, with things that I love, my books, a small office, my pictures, my work, a nice bedroom, my couch, a new house. Uh, but I was living in a cage and under amazing tortures. They force me every day to be in that house and have with facts the feeling that I'm sleeping and I'm wake up every day with them. I will never forget. you will never forget. If you have childrens, they gonna talk to other people for the next years how big shame had with you as a parents, because I know already many of you have childrens, and I hope those childrens see you only in the jails. And ordinary people, I need to stop here because I'm tired, and there is a lot of elements and things that I must continue later learning. And if you make in a thought how I survived, yeah, it's a miracle, but they did big damage to me. My eyes, my ears, my vein in my chest, my back, my bones. Money that I'm asking is nothing. When I'm gonna finish this and supply everything in the courts, you're gonna understand. Money that I'm asking is nothing. I want to close this video with something that I said also before in my social media. Those days was some people that you can count only in one hand, friends of me, that they didn't participate in this in any kind, in any way. They said to those animals, no, we respect ourselves, we are not under manipulation, and we don't want to hurt this good and serious man. Those people, they stay away from me, but not because they don't like me, but they want to protect me and keep our values in a distance. They have my respect, my sincerely regards, Greek and foreign people, and until today there are more of those people, but day by day here we are together, but they not participate in any kind of manipulation or any other kind of situations. Also they have my respect and good other things that offer each other. There is hundreds of people and thousands also in this city that they are away of this kind of dangerous red two criminals land in the trains, in stations, in the streets, everywhere. They don't participate. They are serious people. They don't want to do this to me, but it's not possible to approach them. I mean, to communicate, to meet people, to speak, and to do ordinary things. And other people, of course, they are mixed, and I think some they trying to help, but situations are so difficult every day that I must separate a lot of things and understand who is help and who is not. But also from Greece I know, and the Europe, that first team is separate to good and bad people, and they playing the same game. Another small team participate as individual people that they trying to help, But everyone are in this kind of criminals trafficking. Everyone. And there is a lot of explanations of what is happening. If someone want to help, honestly, thank you. But many times, I think 90% of those are fake, because already 99.9% I know that the facts, I know the truth, I know that it's not important to me to prove to me what already I prove to millions of people. You give me back what is truth, and that is not important to me, because I know the truth. And I don't need that. I need specific things. Destroy the illegal databases, the trafficking, threats to my life, found all those kind of killers, torturers, stop this kind of soul force that they force me, destroying my life, and many other things. I know you're trying, some people, because you have children, you have families, you respect me, but really, situations is so difficult. Every day I'm listening thousands of elements and words, situations, and nothing under this kind of manipulation is work normal all those years. And you know already, also authorities, that I'm talking with proofs, I'm talking with things. And it's another thing. Under this kind of situations, there is terrorism, there is drugs, there is threats in society, there is separate threats all over the world, also here in Germany, and a lot of other things. And I mean, in the middle of the cycle, there is a lot of important things to me, not only for myself, but because of what is happening inside of the trains, outside of the trains, buses, train stations, media, electronics, my body, my life, and everything. When you see me, you're acting like this, but after that, you go into your house and you have a normal life. After that, I'm going away from you. Situations are continuing to me 24 hours per day, the same things. And when you see this big table, how many thousands of elements has, you're gonna understand that there is no life for me. Nothing is direct threats. And this is the biggest cage that ever built to a human being and a man. But if you want to help, don't do it to me. Go and do it to Polizei. Do it to police, to Interpol, to authorities. Make a statement and not to me. For me is nothing, because I know. Some of you, maybe you try to give me some courage and strength. I appreciate and thank you. But believe me, after you leaving for me is nothing, because I'm always alone. There is nothing. And if there is people in this traffic, it's not possible to have any trust, because later you're gonna learn all the methods of the mafia, international mafia. You're gonna understand why. I see you sometimes in the train that you, 99% of you know me, but I don't know you. And of all those situations, horrible things that I saw and see all those years, I'm trying. I see you, many people, you are ordinary people, kind people. Yeah, but you participate in there. And in there, you know already that people told you to be in there for me. And that is not working to me. Because every day my life is under manipulation of criminals. And unfortunately, many of you, you participate in this. Thank you. Have a nice night.